I'm Kenesha, and I live in Montgomery, Alabama. I grew up in an addictive household with abuse. My parents were addicts with alcohol, drugs, gambling, which caused us to not always have a safe place to live. From as early as I can remember, we've lived in hotels and cars and with family and rental houses, and then would get evicted and start over again. The breaking point with my relationship with my mom, they had been gone for a couple of days on a gambling binge. We had no food. Sorry. And when they came home, we were told we were being evicted, which meant everything that we had accumulated would be gone. And so I got angry, and she told me if I didn't like it, I could pack my stuff and get out. And it was 2:00 in the morning. So I threw what clothes I could in the trash bag and called a mentor. And he and his wife came and picked me up. When my mom kicked me out, they were the only people I could even think of to call. I moved in with them, and it was 2 weeks before the start of my sophomore year in high school. Shortly after moving in with them, the grooming process began, and within 6 months, he had sexually assaulted me, and I found out I was pregnant. Once I finally did confide in his wife and let her know that I was pregnant, there was a lot of blaming me. And I can remember laying in the bathtub and just pleading with God to take the baby. If there's one word to describe that moment, it was terrified. Terrified that I would be like my own mother. Terrified that I wouldn't have a place to stay. So it was complete terror. So I thought that I knew what was best and scheduled an abortion. I had a friend scheduled to take me, and when she had to call and cancel, it was trying to find, okay, what are my other options? So I finished out the last several months of my pregnancy at the maternity home while I prepared my adoption plan. I got to focus on me and my safety and my health probably the first time in my entire life. It was a safe place. He was 9 pounds, 12 and a half ounces. My initial plan was as soon as he was born, he would be removed because I honestly didn't think I could handle the emotional impact. But by the next morning, I realized I did want to see him. So they took me to the nursery, and I got to hold him and feed him and count his fingers and toes, and I got to say my hellos and goodbyes in the hospital. He was 15, 2012, and I was married and just had my son. And I reached out to the agency, asked if there was any way to contact the adoptive parents and communicate with them. So in 2012, I wrote a letter, and asked all the questions, does he even know he's adopted? And right before Christmas that year, I got a reply from his mother. He was a straight A student, involved in church band and martial arts and school band and honors student of the year, and I got the answer that he's okay. I knew I'd made the right decision. August 17th, 2019, the agency organized a reunion. Getting ready for the reunion, not knowing, do I shake his hand? Do I hug him? Do we just say hey from across the, not knowing how he wanted to interact. As soon as the door opened and he walked in, he squeezed me so tight, it was like the longest hug ever. His mom had brought a ton of scrapbooks and photo albums, and so we kind of went through his life. So if terror's where I started, where I am is relief. Relief in, I know I did the right thing. Relief that he's had a great life. Relief that we've gotten to meet. The relief of, I know this is what I was supposed to do. If there's one thing I could tell an expectant mom, you don't have to do this alone. There are people willing to walk alongside you no matter what your choice is. My name is Kenesha, and this is my story.